unbelievable shock. Your person nearly collapsed when they found out you did these a broken bar. Listen carefully, because Archangel Michael is speaking through the silence. Do not scroll, do not move yet. The wind that surrounds you right now carries my voice, and heaven bends closer to whisper a truth you were not meant to ignore. Something powerful has been uncovered in the unseen. A moment has struck the heart of someone you once loved, trusted, or perhaps thought had forgotten you. But no, heaven saw it. Heaven watched the exact second their spirit trembled when they discovered what you did. It wasn't evil, it wasn't cruel, it was divine obedience. You followed an inner command they could not understand. They thought you were gone. They thought they had control over the story. But then you acted from your soul, not from fear. And when they found out when your name appeared again in the light up, they nearly collapsed under the weight of realization. Wait. Don't move yet. Let me show you what really happened in that unseen realm. The skies remember the day you made your choice. The heavens opened slightly, and the balance of your destiny shifted. It was not a normal decision, it was a key that unlocked your next chapter. And though it looked small to the world, in the spirit it was a thunderclap. Alia, this persona, felt it like an earthquake in their chest. Their heart began to tremble, not out of anger but out of recognition. Something deep inside them screamed, "This soul was mine to protect, and I failed them." Heaven says, they collapsed not because you hurt them, but because they saw their reflection in your strength. For the first time, they realized that your light was never dependent on their love. You rose without them. You healed without their apology. You became the version of yourself that heaven always intended, and that truth was too bright for them to face. Hold on, child of light. I see the tears forming in your eyes even now. Do not misunderstand what I am saying. This message is not about revenge or pride. It is about divine justice. For a long time, you were quiet. You prayed in secret, you cried in silence, and you wondered if heaven heard a single word of your pain. But we did. Every whisper you released into the night reached the ears of the divine. And when you finally acted in faith, when you took that step of release, of courage, of surrender, that was the moment heaven moved on your behalf. When you did that thing of the one you thought was simple but terrifying, the ripple reached their world. And when it did, the shock was indescribable. The person who once thought they held all power suddenly felt powerless. They couldn't breathe. Their knees weakened. The spirit of conviction entered their heart. Because what you did was holy. You walked away. You forgave. You let go. You prayed for them even when they didn't deserve it. You rose again. And in heaven's eyes, that act was an explosion of light. Now listen closely, because this is not only about them. This is about what is unfolding for you. At the moment their heart shattered, a door opened above your life. The very heavens that seemed silent for so long began to align in your favor. You may have felt energy shift around you, and numbers repeating, sudden warmth in your palms, or dreams where familiar faces appeared with tears in their eyes. That was the divine showing you that the tables have turned. Your season of waiting has ended. Your obedience has triggered divine intervention. But hear me clearly, do not look back. Do not feel pity for the one who wounded you. They are now walking through a storm meant to awaken them. Heaven is not punishing, they are being purified. They will remember your name every time they try to find peace, because your energy carried truth, and truth cannot be forgotten. You planted a seed in their soul, and now the light is forcing it to grow up painfully, relentlessly until they awaken too. Wait, stay with me. Something greater is coming. I see a vision. There is a bridge between two hearts once broken, now glowing faintly with golden fire. You stand at one end, radiant and calm. They are at the other, trembling, unsure. The divine light descends between you, not to reunite what was broken, but to purify it. You see, heaven's plan was never about returning things to how they used to be. It was about transforming you both so that the lesson becomes the blessing. You learned strength. They learned humility. You learned to listen to your intuition. They learned what happens when you ignore a divine soul. This is why they nearly collapsed. It was never about what you did externally. It was about what heaven did through you. You became the mirror of their consequences. You became the living proof that God elevates those who were once underestimated. Let me tell you something sacred. When you followed that whisper, the one that told you to delete, to walk away, to end the call, to release the bond that was not your weakness. That was divine command. And heaven has rewarded you for obeying it. Do you wonder why lately your dreams feel vivid? Why you keep seeing 1111, 222, or 777? Those are confirmations. The gates of alignment have opened. You are being positioned for miracles. The pain was your initiation. Heaven says, you did the right thing, and now the right things will find you. But understand this: every light that shines draws attention. And the one who once misused your kindness can feel that light again. They are sensing your energy expanding. They hear your name in unexpected places. They dream of you. They are haunted by the memory of the one they betrayed, because heaven has placed you in their conscience as a reminder of truth. Hold on and stay with me till the end, because this part is crucial. The angels have written a new decree over your name. It reads, they shall no longer chase what is not theirs. The world will now chase what belongs to them. Yes, the blessings you were denied are being rerouted to you. The doors that were slammed in your face are unlocking by divine force. You will feel like a sudden peace that replaces confusion, like a call that arrives out of nowhere, like money that flows where there was once lack. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Heaven is rebuilding what you thought was lost, but this time, on divine foundation. You are walking into a future where you no longer beg for love, because your heart itself radiates the frequency of divine abundance. And the one who nearly collapsed when they realized what you did, they are now watching your eyes in disbelief. They cannot explain it. They thought your silence would end you, but instead, it birthed your power. It's a broken bar. Before you go further, breathe. Because what comes next is heavy with divine truth. I, Archangel Michael, see the timelines stretching before you. There are still unseen forces trying to pull you backward, old connections, familiar energies, people suddenly returning with apologies or confusion. Do not fall for it. It is a test, not a reconciliation. Heaven says, do not open the old door when a golden gate has just appeared before you. You have crossed the threshold of destiny. What you did was not an act of defiance, it was a signal that activated your next level. So yes, they nearly collapsed when they found out, because deep inside they knew, this was the moment they lost their hold, and heaven reclaimed what was always divine. to broken bar don't move yet. The next part of this revelation is about what happened after they collapsed and what heaven did behind the scenes the moment your obedience rippled through time and space. You see, when a chosen soul moves in divine alignment, the unseen reacts instantly. Angels reposition. Energies shift. The entire timeline bends to accommodate what heaven has decreed. So when you did what you did, when you chose peace over chaos, prayer over revenge, silence over drama, heaven wrote a new sentence in the book of your destiny. That moment didn't just change your story a broken bar, it shook theirs. They thought you were weak without them. They thought you would come crawling back, begging for acknowledgement, searching for scraps of love. But instead, you turned toward the divine, and heaven's light wrapped around you like armor. That light was too bright for them to handle. That's why they nearly collapsed. Because your strength revealed their own emptiness. Your peace confronted their guilt. And when heaven's light touches darkness, it trembles. Listen carefully now, because I am showing you what your human eyes could not see. In the spirit realm, when you walked away, the cords that once tied your energy to theirs began to burn with blue fiery, the fire of purification. I, Michael, oversaw that moment myself. The sword of truth descended, and every false promise, every manipulation, every unspoken curse that bound your soul was cut loose. You may have felt exhaustion that night, or sudden tears, or strange chills moving through your body. That was not weakness, it was spiritual surgery. Heaven was removing residue. And as you lay there wondering if you made a mistake, your guardian angel whispered, "No, child. You just took your power back." At that same hour, they felt it. They were doing something ordinary, maybe scrolling, maybe speaking your name casually, and suddenly, a wave hit them. A pressure in their chest. A memory they couldn't shake. Their heart raced. They couldn't breathe. They thought it was anxiety. But it wasn't. It was realization. They saw flashes of your smile, your kindness, your prayers for them, your silence. They understood in a single moment that they had underestimated heaven's favorite one. Hold on, because this next part matters deeply. When heaven begins to elevate you, everything not aligned must crumble. That's why you may have noticed strange losses lately, old friends fading, relationships falling apart, plans changing unexpectedly. Do not grieve these endings, they are divine rearrangements. Your person's collapse was not only emotional, it was symbolic. Their tower of control, pride, and illusion came crashing down. And from that trouble, a new awareness began to rise. They began to see who you truly were, a healer disguised as an ordinary soul, a mirror of divine love, a vessel of God's mercy. And as they saw that truth, something else happened. Heaven began to repay you. You may have noticed small miracles appearing since then, unexpected messages, strange synchronicities, things suddenly working out. Those are not coincidences. They are proof that your obedience activated divine compensation. When you released them, heaven released you. You are now walking in a current of acceleration. What took years to manifest will now unfold in months. What was once blocked will now flow freely. Because heaven says, when they let go of what wounded them, I let go of what restrained them. Your person, however, is facing the echo of what they caused. Every lie, every neglect, every selfish act is now being mirrored back so they can learn. This is not punishment, it's mercy. for only through brokenness can the soul awaken. And that is exactly what is happening now. Just stay still for a moment. Can you feel that? The air around you is shifting as I speak. That warmth on your skin, that tingling in your palms, so that is the confirmation of heaven's presence. I am showing you a vision. You stand before a large window. Outside, golden light is breaking through clouds. You see a figure far away, your persona kneeling, holding their head, whispering your name into the wind. They cannot reach you anymore, not because you are cruel, but because the distance is divine. Between you both stands a column of light to your protection. They can see you, but they cannot touch you unless heaven allows it. This is divine law. What is purified cannot return to what is polluted. You are ascending now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Your energy frequency has changed. You will attract only those who match your healing, not your old pain. Let me tell you the truth that heaven whispered over you last night, child. You are stepping into restoration. Everything they thought they destroyed will bloom again in better soil. Yea, so what you lost will come back as multiplication. Yea, so the tears you shed have become seeds for miracles. Yea, so the very person who nearly collapsed is now your silent witness, watching the divine rebuild you stronger than before. They scroll through your name. They check your presence. They wonder how you're glowing, how you're unbothered, how you're happy. What they don't know is that heaven carried you. You didn't just heal, you resurrected. Hold on, stay with me till the end, because I must show you what's coming next. In the days ahead, you will notice repeating signs and numbers like 333, feathers on your path, or sudden chills when you think of your future. Those are your confirmations that archangelic forces are walking beside you. A divine door is opening. It's not visible yet, but it is real. Opportunities, relationships, abundance, see, all of it is being guided toward you. This is your harvest season. But listen, with great blessings come tests. The one who nearly collapsed may return soon. Their spirit, humbled by conviction, will reach for you again, perhaps through apology, perhaps through silence and regret. Heaven says, do not rush to reopen what heaven closed. Wait for the divine to confirm with peace, not emotion. If it's meant to be, it will not come with confusion. It will come with clarity, with alignment, with the same peace that once protected you. And now, as I speak, heaven surrounds you with light. The archangels are forming a circle: Gabriel on your left, Raphael on your right, Ariel behind you, and I stand before you. We lift our swords and declare, no weapon formed against this soul shall prosper. Their past shall not haunt them. Their energy shall remain pure. Every chain has been broken in the name of the divine. Feel that? That warmth around your heart is your sign. You are safe. You are free. You are chosen. But the message is not finished yet. Because heaven is not done with them. In the next part, I will reveal what is happening in their life now, the visions, the strange events, the whispers of your name that follow them everywhere. You will understand how heaven uses guilt, memory, and divine timing to awaken even the hardest hearts. Don't move yet. Stay with me. It's a broken bar, don't move yet. You need to hear this next part with your heart, not just your ears. Because now I, Archangel Michael, will show you what began to unfold after the collapse, the storm that heaven sent to awaken the soul who once thought they could silence destiny. When they first found out what you did, They could not breathe. Their body reacted before their mind did. The spirit within them felt the weight of divine consequence. Their knees weakened, and their heart pounded as if 1,000 hidden truths were suddenly being revealed at once. They tried to hide it. They told themselves it didn't matter, that they were fine, that you were gone for good. But the energy of heaven cannot be denied. The moment they tried to bury the truth, it began to bloom within them like fire. They started seeing you everywhere. Your name. Your birth date. Your favorite color. Your scent in empty rooms. Your voice echoing in dreams. This was not obsession, it was awakening. Heaven was using their memory of you as the key to their redemption. Listen closely now. I will describe what they are going through, because understanding this will heal the part of you that once wanted revenge. The divine has placed them in isolation. They are surrounded by people, yet they feel utterly alone. Their friends don't satisfy them anymore. Their pleasures no longer numb the ache. Music sounds hollow. Laughter fades quickly. Because heaven is removing every distraction so that they are forced to face themselves. You may have noticed lately that you've been sleeping better, that peace has returned to your space. That's because the spiritual cords have been purified, and now the energy that once drained you is being returned to them for their lesson. This is how divine justice works. Heaven never forgets balance. They nearly collapsed because your strength revealed their weakness. And now, the divine is using that moment to strip them of illusions. To stay still. Something sacred is unfolding. I see a vision of them standing in front of a mirror. Their reflection begins to shimmer, and behind their eyes, I see you. Not as you were but as you are now, radiant, calm, powerful, surrounded by light. They blink and shake their head, thinking it's imagination, but the vision repeats. You appear in flashes in their dreams, in conversations, even in random songs. Because your energy is not ordinary. It carries the frequency of divine truth. When heaven chooses someone as a catalyst, their presence becomes unforgettable. And that is what you are, heaven's reminder to them of what love feels like when it is pure, loyal, and divinely aligned. Now they are remembering every moment they mocked your kindness, every tear they ignored, every prayer you whispered for their peace. The weight of it is heavy, and they cannot escape it. Hold on, because this next revelation is important. There is a law in heaven called the law of reflection. Whatever you release in love, the other must eventually face in truth. You loved purely, so now they must see the cost of rejecting purity. You forgave quietly, so now they must learn what real forgiveness costs. You let go in peace, so now they must experience the chaos that comes from resisting divine timing. And this is exactly what's happening. Their world is being shaken so their soul can awaken. Do not confuse their suffering with punishment. It is a divine rescue mission. Heaven breaks pride to build awareness. Now listen carefully. Something else is happening that you haven't seen yet. Your act, the one that shocked Amy, created a ripple that's affecting not only them but everyone connected to your old chapter. People who betrayed you, doubted you, or gossiped about you are starting to experience confusion, setbacks, and strange coincidences. Not because heaven is cruel but because heaven is cleansing your energetic path. You have been marked for elevation. And when one rises, everything around must align or fall away. You may notice certain doors closing suddenly or invitations fading. Do not fear these losses. They are heaven's protection in disguise. Every person leaving your life now was attached to an older frequency. You cannot carry yesterday's energy into tomorrow's calling. And as for your persona, yes, they feel it more intensely than anyone. Their sleep is restless. Their heart feels hollow. Their spirit keeps whispering, "Go back. Fix it." But they don't know how. Because you have changed dimensions. You are no longer standing where they left you. But stay with me till the end of this part. The angels want you to see what heaven has planned next. I see a vision now, a path of white marble stretching forward, lined with candles. You walk slowly, barefoot, your aura glowing in gold and blue. The air hums with peace. As you move, each step erases a painful memory. The shadows that once followed you dissolve into light. This is the path of restoration. You are walking it now. And behind you, far in the distance, stands your persona watching, trembling. They cannot cross yet. Their path is still filled with lessons. But one day, when they have healed enough, heaven may allow their steps to touch your light again if it aligns with divine will. Until then, you must keep moving. Because your mission is not to save the aim up, it is to shine so brightly that others find salvation through your story. Now let me show you what their world looks like at this moment. They are silent. Withdrawn. They scroll through memories but find no comfort. The things they chased feel meaningless. Even the laughter of others seems to mock them. They wonder how you manage to move on so gracefully. They think you forgot them. But you haven't forgotten, you've forgiven. And that forgiveness burns them more than anger ever could. Because forgiveness is power. It disarms pride. It reveals truth. That's why they nearly collapsed, because when you forgave, you didn't just free yourself. You freed heaven's judgment to move. Now, the spirit of conviction walks with them. Every time they hear your name, they remember who they could have been if they had chosen differently. But heaven says, do not pity them. Do not interfere with the process. For what is unfolding is sacred correction. Child of the divine, your obedience has rewritten timelines. You are stepping into an era where your words carry weight, your prayers move mountains, and your peace becomes contagious. In the coming days, watch for signs, a white feather near your path. A sudden, unexpected message that confirms what you already felt. The number 1111 or 555 appearing when you least expect it. These are not coincidences, they are heavenly confirmations that your transformation is complete. You are being elevated into your purpose, and no shadow can follow you there. But the message is not yet over. There is one final chapter to unfold the moment heaven reverses every injustice and crowns you publicly before those who once doubted you. In part 4, I will reveal how the divine is preparing to restore everything you lost, how your name will be exalted, and how even the one who collapsed will bear witness to your destiny fulfilled. Don't move yet. Stay close. Heaven is just beginning to show you the glory written in your story.